Hi, I'm Willits, one of the founders of Alvas. In this video, I'll show you how to get started with prompting inside Alvas. And the first thing I want to show you is how to generate an example. So when you click here, you get the AI to write a new example of an email, and then you can see the examples it has written in the past right below it. So we're not able to edit any of these as they are just examples. But what we are able to is to edit the prompt. So the goal is to get a good prompt where the AI is creative. It writes different examples, but also keeps in your tone of voice. So it doesn't write anything that's off brand. And lastly, staying on message. Like you wanted to have some specific message, and you always want to be sure that that is clear. So let me start by showing you one of the simple things that can happen with generative AI. You give it an instruction. So, for example, I've told it to use an emoji, and it doesn't do so. So this sometimes happens, and the way to fix it can be a simple rearrangement of words or adding a little bit. So in this case, I've learned that you must use an emoji at the end of the subject line. So the subject line is the name of the text, and sometimes just mentioning that can actually make the AI follow the rules better, as you can see right here. Now, I also want the subject line to write about the products, but sometimes it mentions like you've left something behind, which is not the product. In this case, it mentions Pegasus because the shoe is called a Nike Pegasus, but that's like not clear unless you know the product. So I might want to add something else. I could say write about the or mention the type of product that was in the that is in the abandoned cart. Let me try that. So I generate a new example, and then I just see what it produces. So here it says the full product name, which I, I don't really like. So that could be like a sweater, a jacket, a pair of pants, etc. So now I've given it a little bit of examples. I don't want to say shoe because then it might just know that it's a shoe. So I'm trying to say something else to get it to understand. Um, don't write. So what I saw here was that it just mentioned the name of the product and not really like the type. So don't write the exact product name, just write the type. Let's see what it produces. Yeah, so this is way better. Your running shoes are waiting. This is super good. So now we got to something where the subject line is great. Then I'd go on to the next text. So let me go down here to the body text. And here it writes a short story. So I've told it to write a story. Then it says, imagine the thrill of every stride with blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I actually kind of like this. But again, I might want to shorten it. So I could be like, write one sentence. And then I could say, add an emoji at the end and mention the person's name. Okay, so it doesn't mention the person's name, but it added the emoji and made a shorter text. So then I could say and mention tell to the person where mention their name about how you can use the product. So tell a descriptive story to the person where it mentions their name. So now let's see what it creates. See, now I kind of like this village. Imagine the thrill of hitting the pavement. Let's generate another example. Yeah, I like this. I also like how it says pavement because it knows that I live in Copenhagen, and then we'd run on the pavement. Um, so that was like my guide number one for prompting. The best takeaway from this video is to just constantly use the generate example button. The only way to get really good prompts is not by writing a lot and then seeing what one examples look like. It's like writing a small detail or a change in the prompt and then reading the examples. So I highly encourage you to take that approach and then just go through each text step by step and get each one to be good before going on to the next one. But I'll have other videos that go more in depth about some of the more advanced stuff you can do, and also how to fix the AI when it might write about something that's it shouldn't. So watch that if you'd like. See ya.